Here with Positive Futures Dog Training and Behavior, and today I'm going to share with you my top tips for playing Safe Tug with your dog. Playing tug-of-war is a great game to play. Your dog can learn things like how to drop, how to take toys. They also get engagement with you, and that's really important. They also get physical and mental enrichment, so it's a really nice way to train your dog and play with your dog all at the same time. It also can make us a more enjoyable experience for a dog because we're involved in the game and they like that, and they then look to us as being something positive and reinforcing in their life. But in order to play tug safely, there are some things we need to keep in mind. So top on my list is selecting the right toy. I need to make sure that I am picking a toy that my dog likes and that is safe for them to play with. So when I am looking at picking safe tugs, you can see all of these are really long. Length is important. If the toy is too short, the dog might accidentally bite my hand instead of the toy. Not only does that hurt, but I'm gonna go, if they do that. It's unintentional, right? And then I've created a little bit of an aversive experience for my dog. My dog also might be hesitant to come up and bite a toy that's too short because they are worried about that. So they might not be as engaged in the game. So I wanna make sure I have something really long where it's really easy for my dog's mouth to bite the end of it, and my hand can be all the way up here, helping them be successful. The other thing that I look for in a tug toy is that it's interesting for my dog. So dogs that really have a high prey drive or dogs that really like furry critters might enjoy a tug toy like this, where we've got a little bit of fur on the end of it. That's pretty fun. Dogs that really like to play fetch, really like tennis balls, might enjoy a tug toy like this, where you've got a ball on the end of it, okay? The other thing that I'm looking for in a safe and fun tug toy is a little bit of stretch. So you can see that this toy stretches when I pull on it. This one does too. And this one even has a little bit of a bungee in the line. So when you pull on it, it's gonna give a little bit. And that's important for shock absorption. So tug can be a pretty intense game depending on how into it your dog is. So having a little bit of bungee in that line is gonna give them a little bit of shock absorption to make that game just a bit safer for them. All right. The other thing that I think about when I'm playing tug with my dog is that I try to remind people that it is tug. It's not chew. It's not something that they have access to all the time, okay? If they have access to it all the time, they might start chewing on it. And pretty quickly, you can chew right through these fleece tugs, right through this thin line. And not only do we then worry about them accidentally choking and eating some of it, but then our tug toy is messed up. So whenever I play tug with my dog, I like to keep it high value by decreasing their access to it. The toy comes out and we play, and when we're done playing, the toy goes back into the closet, okay? The other thing that I want to think about is that I'm gonna try to use prey drive to help my dog be interested, right? I've seen a lot of people put that tug toy and shake it right in front of the dog's face, and that can be a little scary. You might see your dog look away, they might lick their lips. It's a little bit stressful for them. So I like to use a little bit of prey drive to help them go after the toy instead of making the toy go to them. So I might, with a longer one like this, put my hand in the handle, put it on the ground, shake it, and almost run away from them. And they're gonna wanna chase after that toy, and that's gonna help increase their excitement and their drive to wanna come after it, okay? So the next thing I think about is winning and losing, all right? If I'm playing a game and I lose every single time, it's not gonna be very fun. I'm gonna lose interest in the game. I'm not gonna wanna play it anymore, right? Winning is fun, we all like to win. So when I play games with my dogs, I want them to be winners too. So with tug, sometimes I might ask them to drop and give them a treat. And sometimes I'm gonna let go of that toy and let them win. And if they're having a good time with the game, they're gonna shake and parade and run around with it, and they're gonna bring the toy back to me to engage in more play, okay? So make sure that you let your dog win sometimes. Now, when I'm a winner, that's a really good time to practice drop with my dog. I want to avoid grabbing their mouth and pulling the toy out, okay? What I wanna do instead is teach them to open their mouth to give the toy back. If your dog is food motivated, you could put a treat in front of their nose and lure them away from the toy. Give them that treat as you take the toy back, okay? If your dog becomes too fixated on the food, or maybe the toy is so high value that it doesn't matter what you put in front of their nose, they won't let go of it, then I might use two identical toys. So I might have two fleece tugs that look just like this. I am playing with my dog, they win, I let go of it, and when they come back to me to play again, I show them another toy. They're gonna let go of the toy that was in their mouth and they're gonna take this brand new one, okay? So you can either use food or you can use another toy to encourage them to let go of that toy and engage in the game again. The next thing I wanna think about is pressure, okay? For some dogs, if I lean over them while I'm tugging, that can be a little intimidating. It can freak them out. So I want to vary pressure in and pressure away. All right, so pressure in might be me leaning towards them, might be body taps. You know, some people will kind of touch their dog while they're playing. Letting pressure away would be maybe letting some of the toys slip through my hands so they have more access to it. Could be me leaning away from them, could be me turning to the side, could be me tugging on the side of my body instead of in front of me, okay? So keep an eye on your dog's body language and stress signaling so that you can identify when you should lean in and add pressure to make the game fun and when you need to decrease that pressure. The game should be fun for your dog. We're not trying to intimidate them or freak them out. And the last thing that I want you guys to think about is that the dog wants more, okay? If I go out running and I run 10 miles, I could get burned out, right? It's not gonna be as fun. But if I go out and I do little spurts of it, it's gonna be more enjoyable. And the same thing goes for your dog. So when I'm pulling out that tug toy, I'm gonna make sure that I end that game when my dog still wants more. I'm gonna trade them a treat for that toy and I'm gonna put the toy in the cabinet so that we're ending when they're still excited about it. And then next time I pull that toy out of the closet, they're gonna be excited and they're gonna want more, okay? So quick review, whenever I'm playing tug with my dog, one is selecting the right toy. I wanna make sure I'm picking a toy that's entertaining and safe for them. Number two, I'm gonna use prey drive to help encourage them to chase the toy instead of putting the toy right in front of them. Number three, I wanna make sure that the dog wins sometimes, okay? Number four is that I want to vary pressure. I'll put pressure on and take pressure off to make sure that the game stays fun and engaging for them. And last but not least, make sure that your dog always wants more. We're gonna end that game of tug when they are still excited about it. So the next time I pull that toy out, they're ready for more. Those are my top tips for playing safe and fun tug with your dogs. I hope that you guys can select some fun tugs and get involved in the game. Thanks for joining us. Bye.